What's up, everyone? Welcome back to MMA Insider. We've got the latest buzz, breaking news, and all things MMA coming your way. Stay tuned as we dive into today's top stories from the world of mixed martial arts. Former UFC bantamweight champion Dominick Cruz is gearing up for what he hopes will be his final fight before retirement. After a tough knockout loss to Marlon Vera in August 2022, Cruz has been honing his skills and reflecting on his career. With a record of 24 wins and 4 losses, he's not just a fighter, he's been a voice in the commentary booth, providing insights to fans. At 39 years old, Cruz feels the fire still burning inside him. In an interview with TMZ, he shared, "I think I've got a last dance. I want one last dance in me." For Cruz, it's all about stepping back into the octagon, pushing himself to see what he's truly made of. Currently training in the high altitudes of Mexico City at the UFC Performance Institute, Cruz is focused on making a comeback early next year. While he had hoped to fight sooner, he acknowledges the competitive nature of his division. The whole division is stacked, he noted, aware that finding the right matchup is crucial. Recently, Cruz faced a setback when he was removed from the UFC's top 15 bantamweight rankings, following Ayman Zahabi's victory over Pedro Munhoz. Despite this, Cruz's passion for the sport remains undeterred. He aims to return to the octagon with the goal of enjoying the fight, something he openly admits is part of his blueprint for success. As fans eagerly await his comeback, Dominick Cruz's journey in the world of MMA continues to captivate. Will this last dance be the culmination of his storied career? Only time will tell. Stay tuned for updates on his exciting return. Welcome back, fight fans. Today we're diving into the controversy surrounding UFC rankings, particularly focusing on Jon Jones and the latest furor from Dana White following UFC 309. At UFC 309, Jon Jones made a triumphant return after a lengthy 20-month layoff. The heavyweight champion defended his title against Stipe Miocic, who himself had been inactive for over 3 years. Jones secured a dominant victory with a third-round TKO, solidifying his elite status in the octagon. However, despite this impressive performance, a glaring issue remains. Jon Jones is still not the top-ranked fighter in the official UFC pound-for-pound rankings. Before UFC 309, Jones sat at the number 3 spot behind light heavyweight champ Alex Pereira and lightweight champ Islam Makhachev. Following his win, he did leapfrog Pereira to claim the second position, but he remains under Makhachev. And unsurprisingly, Dana White is not happy about it. After the fight, White took to his Instagram to express his frustration. He didn't hold back, stating, "I have to get rid of these clowns." He referenced his discussions with Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg about potentially using AI to help compile rankings in the future, showcasing his determination to shake things up in the UFC rankings. White's ongoing dissatisfaction isn't new. He's been vocal about Jon Jones deserving the number 1 spot for months now. Following such a decisive win, many expected the rankings panel would finally recognize Jones's prowess. But alas, that hasn't happened. White seems committed to making significant changes, indicating that discussions about reforming the rankings are actively taking place. He hinted at upcoming moves to address this as we step into 2025. With all this talk, it raises the question, will we finally see Jon Jones face off against Tom Aspinall next? White has proclaimed this matchup could be one for the ages, potentially the biggest in UFC history. There you have it, folks. Dana White's frustration with UFC rankings and the continued saga of Jon Jones. What are your thoughts? Should Jon Jones be at the top? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for your latest MMA updates. Next, we're diving into the exciting co-main event of UFC 310 featuring Ian Machado Gary and Shavkat Rakhmonov. This fight promises high stakes and thrilling action, especially after welterweight champion Belal Muhammad had to withdraw from the main event. UFC CEO Dana White has called this matchup a title eliminator, adding even more intensity to the bout. Let's start with Ian Machado Gary. Undefeated at 15-0 in MMA and 8-0 in the UFC, he's poised to make history. If he secures a victory against Rakhmonov, he'll become the only Irish fighter apart from Conor McGregor to vie for a UFC championship. His impressive streak includes well-known fighters like Michael Page, Jeff Neal, and Neil Magny. On the other side, we have Shavkat Rakhmonov, who boasts an unblemished record of 18 wins and 0 losses. With 6 wins in the UFC, Rakhmonov is not only looking to maintain his perfect streak, he's also willing to risk his title shot by taking on Gary. What sets him apart is his incredible finishing ability. He's dispatched all his opponents either by knockout or submission. His confidence will certainly be a key factor as they step into the octagon. Now, let's talk about the odds. According to DraftKings, Rakhmonov opens as a -290 betting favorite, while Gary is the underdog at +235. This reflects the high expectations placed on both fighters, making it an even more intriguing matchup for fans and bettors alike. In conclusion, Ian Machado Gary versus Shavkat Rakhmonov is shaping up to be a memorable clash that fans will not want to miss. Mark your calendars and prepare for a showdown that could redefine the welterweight division. Thanks for watching. Today, we're diving into Conor McGregor's reaction to Michael Chandler's recent loss at UFC 309. After much anticipation, Chandler faced Charles Oliveira at the iconic Madison Square Garden. It was a match filled with action, and while Chandler fought valiantly, he ultimately lost by unanimous decision. McGregor wasted no time in sharing his thoughts on this fight. In a now-deleted post on X, McGregor praised Chandler's performance, calling him a mad little fellow, and joked about the infamous phrase, "Cut Michael Chandler." The lighthearted comment highlighted McGregor's respect for Chandler as a fierce competitor in this thrilling bout. It's important to remember that this match marked Chandler's return after a 2-year hiatus, where he was sidelined due to injuries. With a record of 23 wins and 9 losses, he was eager to showcase his skills against Oliveira, especially after his intense rivalry with McGregor as fellow coaches on The Ultimate Fighter. After the fight, Chandler took the microphone to passionately call for McGregor to make a comeback and fight him. This eagerness adds another layer to their ongoing saga and raises the question of whether McGregor will return to the octagon anytime soon. McGregor, last seen in action during his trilogy bout against Dustin Poirier, has been recovering from a broken leg sustained at UFC 264. He was slated to fight Chandler earlier this year, but had to withdraw due to a toe injury. UFC CEO Dana White recently indicated that McGregor might not return until late 2024, leaving